Yo, what's going on? It's a boy Lesiba Mothupi. We back again on my YouTube channel. So today's video, we are going to be speaking about the professional trading mindset. So this is actually a topic that, like, while going through, my trading conditions, while going through, my setups and stuff, while going through my psychology, actually, I actually came about with this topic. And, like, because of the fact that the mindset is now like this, I'm able to stay in the game much more longer term. Like, and like that's actually one thing that inspired the topic. So I want to speak about it because I noticed that most people out there can also have those benefits of being able to stay longer in the game, but because of some of the things that they actually don't, the tools or the knowledge that they haven't got, that's the reason that they're blowing accounts, or even just, like, not moving forward in their training journey. So let us now get into this topic and start talking about it. So make sure that you like and subscribe. So the topic is actually professional trading mindset. We learn the professional trading mindset to reduce direction, increase learning time, and to create a pleasant, steadily growth for success. So those are one of the reasons that you should actually learn, the mindset that I'm about to share with you now, because you'd be able to now, reduce distractions, just so you're able to, focus more, and you'd also be able to increase learning time, because obviously if you haven't got a lot of distractions, you can focus more time onto learning and stuff, and then you'd be able to create a pleasant, steadily growth for success, meaning that in the long-term game you'd be able to gain success. So that's actually one of the things. So it'll be divided into 6 successful points. So you can simply see it'll be divided into 6 successful points. So all those points will be having also solutions. So I'll be telling you guys what actually does happen, and then also what solutions into what it is that you can do in order to just make sure that you're moving forward with this. Okay. Now let us start off first with the first one, which is stick to your discipline. So you need to stick to your discipline. That's one of the first rules. Obviously, when it comes to trading, you need to stick to your discipline, because if you don't stick to your discipline, it's going to be a bit more rocky for you. You're not going to gain that success that you want. So let us now speak about the solutions that can help you into sticking to your discipline. So now the very first one is that you need to remove temptations. Once you're able to remove some of the temptations that we have, then you'd be able to stick to the discipline. And you need to also focus on scheduling breaks and rewards. So working towards whatever that you're working on, whether it's a task, whether it's a goal, anything, make sure that you've got some breaks, whereby you just cool off, you relax, you visualize about it, and then you reward yourself for certain milestones. And also set clear and actionable plan, meaning that whatever that you set, the goals that you set should be clear, and that plan should be actionable. It shouldn't just be a wish or just an idea or something like that. It should actually have steps that if you do take those steps, it's going to lead you to that exact location or destination that you want to see yourself at. So that is the first one. Moving over to the second one, don't fall in love. So I'm sure a lot of you guys are like, what's happening? This guy is saying we shouldn't be in love. 1, 2, 3. No, it's not even that, guys. So don't fall in love, meaning that, like, you should not fall in love with a specific trade. So if you've got a trade that you've been invested in, that you want to capitalize on and stuff, just because it looks like a perfect setup or anything like that, you shouldn't put everything into it. Don't see it much more different from any other trades. So you shouldn't fall in love with a specific trade, to be specific. So the solutions that I have here is that you should learn to let go. So, like, let's say if it happens that, like, that trade is moving your direction, or it's not even moving your direction, you shouldn't hope for it to go and move in your direction because you think it's a perfect setup. You want to hold on to it. You shouldn't do that. What you should rather focus on is learn to let go. It's okay. There'll always be more opportunities in the markets, and just accept that there was, like, just a negative trade. Understand the long-term game of probabilities. So once you've backtested, you've got your data and everything, then now you can start playing around with understanding in a total of 100 trades, how profitable are you understand? So with that, you'd be able to know, even if you take 10 losses or 15 losses, you'd be able to know that, okay, no, in the longer term, I'm still successful, I'm still consistent. The next maybe 20, 30 trades are going to be profitable, you understand? So see it that way. And then obviously treat each day like the only trading day. So I mean treat each trade like the only trade, meaning that don't mix up these two trades, and don't try to play around a bit more with whatever that the market is coming with. So, like, what it actually does mean is that when you see the trade, respect it the same, enter, like, follow risk the same way, do all these certain things the same that you do with the next trade that you're about to take, or the previous trade that you're about to take. So keep your losses specific and stuff. Okay, so the very third one that we are now on is the fact that you need to organize your personal life. So one of the mindset hacks that professional traders actually are able to do is that, like, once you've organized your life and you're able to have a clear mindset, then you'd be able to spot beautiful trades, you'd be able to do certain things. That's why normally they would say the psychology of trading, if you are not feeling well, then that is the best time of you not to trade. So now the third one is actually organize your personal life. Solutions that I have here is an easy and workable task list and detailed goals. Obviously, if you've got an easy and workable task list, then it's going to be much more manageable for you to be able to be organized, unlike just waking up and everything is all over the place and you don't know what's going on and all those things, and then you start to be confused, you understand? So you need to focus on working and having a workable task list. Afterwards, we are speaking now about detailed goals. So now when speaking about detailed goals, you need to be able to just focus on how detailed are your goals. Like when someone else sees your goals, they need to know that this is exactly like this. The second solution is actually do one thing at a time. Simplify. Do one thing at a time actually does mean that you need to do one simple thing at a time. Don't do a lot of things. Don't try to do this and that and that. Don't try to maybe be on your phone and or your laptop at the same time and then do this and do all those things. No, do one thing at a time. Focus on doing exactly that, and then when you are done, that's when you can move on to doing something else. And then simplify. What that means is that whatever that you've got going on or whatever that you are doing, make sure that you simplify it as hard as possible. Make sure that you've made it very, very, very simple for any other person out there to be able to get this simple information and knowledge. So those are things that we need to see. The very fourth one that I have here is simply make peace with losses. So once you're able to make peace with losses, then it's going to be much more simple of you to be able to move forward with all of that information. Like, let's say if you can't make peace with losses, obviously you're going to be involved in revenge trading. Obviously you're going to be involved in a lot of things that are going to bring you back, like on your journey. Especially you're going to start breaking your trading plan, you're going to lack discipline on all those things. Let us see the solutions of you making peace with losses. The very first one is do not take any impulsive decisions. So once you start getting to this phase, don't automatically try to revenge trade or anything. It's okay, step out of it and then don't take any decisions yet. Let yourself cool down. The second one is you need to assess the situation. Look at it, observe it a bit more better, see what it is that happened there, understand the losses that you actually took, understand understand everything, and understand the trend to fight for it. It's not gonna bring back that loss, it's actually gonna make it worse. Then what you can do from there is to learn from those losses. Once you learn from it, no one is going to be able to catch you, because you'll be able to move steps ahead. You'll be able to move a bit more quicker ahead compared to other people. Okay, so the fifth one that I have here is you need to engage with a trading plan. So what I mean by this is that it's as simple as it is. You need to engage with the trading plan. So while engaging with one is that, like, you need to obviously at this time, I take it that you do have a plan. If you haven't got a plan, then you have no direction, because a trading plan is your direction in the markets. You understand, like how you move around, how you maneuver through. That is the trading plan. So you need to obviously have one, but engage with it, like interact with it, understand what's happening with it. Then from there you'd be able to make certain decisions. So let us see some of the solutions that you can take that are going to help you. You need to have trading goals. So the very first one is having trading goals. If you've got trading goals, you know what you're trying to achieve, you know the account balance you're trying to go for, you know your percentage returns, you know all those objectives that you need to reach. It's going to be a bit more simple of you to have those goals. Secondly, you need to identify your instruments and time frame. So the markets that you'd be trading, whether you'll be trading currencies or whether you'd be trading indices, all these things that you'd be seeking on in the markets, you need to be able to identify those exact instruments and filter them out and know that you're looking at specifically those instruments. Then secondly, you need to look at the time frame that you're going to be firstly executing your trades. Secondly, your bigger time frame movement, spotting patterns, like depending on the strategy that you trade. Also have a time frame whereby you follow through with the time frame, while mixed with the instruments and your trading goals. Then you'd be able to move to the third step, which is now specify your entry points. Once you start to specify your entry points, like what actually makes you enter a trade, what actually makes you exit a trade, all those things, like whether it's in a trail stop way, whether it's in a take profit way, whether it's in a log profits, like all those things, break even. Have those specific rules on what actually does see you do something, you understand, like have those rules. And Okay, so the very last point here that I have is actually you need to avoid the crowd. So normally one thing that I would see is that most people would be seeing what other people are doing and then they'd want to follow through with that. I think it's not a good thing to actually follow through with, because you don't learn quicker or you don't learn your own research or anything like that, and then you can be easily misled, you understand? So like whether it's on social media, so whether it's anything, like it's better for you to be able to not follow the crowd, even if a lot of people are saying we buy in Nasdaq, rather for you to have your own information and see what you can do to do that. So don't follow the crowd, let's see solutions. The very first one is you need to manage your own emotions. The emotions that you have, nobody should be able to play around with them. You understand? You are the only one that's in control of your emotions. So you can't really say that you didn't do this because of this person, or this thing, you lost money because of this person. If you start seeing yourself do all of that, then it means that you personally are not managing your own emotions, which the fault is now on your side. If you start seeing things this way, then there's a high chance of you gaining success in the markets, because you are the one that's in control. You are your own boss. That's the fact that that's one of the reasons we love trading. That's one of the reasons we got into trading, because we are our own boss. No one can make us make any other decision. So if you start saying that I'm my own boss, but when I lose money it's his fault, then that's a bit more tricky, you understand? Secondly is that you need to know upfront what you're willing to risk. So the money that you're willing to risk, you need to already know about it, like whether you're losing 5,000, 1,000, this many pips and stuff. You need to know how much you're risking. So even if you are buying Nasdaq or you're buying this and people are doing this, as long as you know what you are risking, then you are much more on the safer side. Even if you're doing a lot of wrong steps, a lot of negative things, the fact that you know how much you're risking, that's one of the positive things that are going to help you stay longer in the game, compared to one wrong trade and then you are fully out, or you are 50% down, you understand? And then obviously the last one is do your own research. So when you get to a level whereby you are understanding, like you are getting to, like, let's say there's specific things, there's a lot of information out there. So instead of if you want to, let's say people are buying Nasdaq for a reason and you want to know why they're buying, rather go out and search why is a lot of people buying Nasdaq. Then you see some information. So when you also get into that movement of buying Nasdaq, you've got your own research that actually helped you get to a level whereby you are buying Nasdaq, you understand? Like the knowledge is the one that helped you, not you just following other people that helps you. So one of the things that I wanted to also speak about, guys, is the one that actually did watch up until here where we are right now. You show how dedicated you are to learning the skill. You show how how it actually does mean to you to be able to just get as much as you can from even just a few minutes of me just speaking here like this on my YouTube videos. So but I value that a lot, and I highly want to say that I want to invite you over to the 3.0 without obviously making you pay a single cent. So the only thing that's going to be happening here is that you're going to get a 3-day trial, which I've never spoke of, I've never give before. So it's just going to be on this video, and yeah, that's it. I'm going to give you guys a 3-day trial. So with the 3 days, only after 3 days you can get access to the 3.0, see what's actually going on, see all those information and stuff, and understand what's going on. So after 3 days you'd be able to already have made up your mind if you're with us or if you're not with us. But I know there's a higher chance that you are going to be with us, because there's so much value in there. I mean, some of the information that I just explained on this video, there's a full model speaking about all of this, like in the 3.0. So that's one of the things that I actually like about it. And obviously at the end you are going to be able to benefit much more quicker, and you're going to be able to just calm down your mindset when it comes to how you're going to learn and stuff, because everything is structured in a step-by-step in a nicer form. But I cannot wait to see you guys in there. I'll leave the link in the description box. And yeah, no, you can, one thing that you can do is that you can make sure that you like, you can subscribe, you can comment below, let me guys know what you think about the psychology mindset video that I just covered. Now see you on the next video.